Hi, I'm Rick Strozowski and this is my presentation for assessment 4C, the proposed cafe and student accommodation on South Road at St Mary's. So what I have here is just a very preliminary plan view of the site. Just to mention the site up, and the client brief said to have the same sort of floor area as the existing building, so I've figured that out to be about 300 metres squared. What I've decided to do here was split the student accommodation, so the class 3 building, residential over here, for the students will be located at the back. So if you can imagine, this would be South Terrace running this way, and I've decided to put the cafe here more or less at the boundary on South Road. So if you keep that in mind, this is one of my 3D sketches. So again, if you imagine this being South Road running this way, this being north direction, so this here is the existing driveway. So what I want to do is wrap the driveway around the cafe, create a new driveway here that will just be for exits, given the close proximity of the traffic lights here. So this way, sort of separating the two, kind of creates a bit of breathing room for the students there. We'll look at how we can utilise this area though, perhaps incorporate some sort of seating arrangement just to create more of a communal feel for the building overall. This here, so again, if you imagine South Road through here, this time north is looking that way, so this would be the very back corner. Right here we have the neighbours, their building is basically to the boundary, so there's a high wall on all sides there. Hence why we've tried to set back a little bit from the northern boundary to utilise a bit of that northern sun. So here is the student accommodation, so that's the 200 metre squared building. This is the ground floor. Once again, if you can imagine, north this way. Now I've made the entrance right at the back here, so that creates a bit of privacy for students coming and going. I would imagine we would create some sort of swipe access or key access so that only they can enter. I've got a bike storage area here, so it's nice and easy to store your bikes into the property. Yeah, so on the ground floor we've got 8 separate units, a couple of toilets up here, a few change rooms, showers, laundry, and also the kitchen and dining area, lift and the stairs there for access to the upstairs area. So the upstairs area, you can imagine walking up through here, the lift again. This here will be a bit of a study area, so upstairs away from the kitchen, also away from the sitting area, so this would hopefully be a nice quiet kind of space for the students to study. Again, a few more toilets, and then the sitting area over here. Each of the bedrooms will include a double bed, a sitting area, and some storage for clothing. The kitchen area, as I mentioned, is downstairs, and the sitting area and studying areas are both communal areas up here. If we have a look at the cafe, so this is the 100 metre squared area. I've sort of made it a little bit smaller through here just to have a bit of outdoor seating, but also a big brick wall through here to sort of block the noise and the traffic from South Road there. So once again, we have access to an upstairs area, the stairs at the bottom here, so that'll be on the southern wall. We'll have a waste storage area sort of tucked in under that. Yeah, also here, a bit more seating inside, service area here with a counter through to a kitchen, bit of storage for the food, perishable food there, also some toilets available there. So if we look upstairs, you can see that. So you come upstairs, a bit more seating, and then a staff room here, staff kitchen facilities, toilets, also a balcony there. I forgot to mention on the ground floor, we'll look at incorporating for the staff and visitors to the cafe, a bit of a bike storage area there. So if we go back to one of the sketches, if we can imagine circling around here, we've got some parking, disabled parking here. We'll look at putting a bike storage area for the cafe on the back wall there. Sorry, so there it is. So that's car parks, disabled one, two other ones. We'll look at putting something right about here. And this, as I mentioned before, will be where the waste storage is, under the stairs. So the building is a bit of a modern style. Again, we've got some Skillion roofs, which we'll look to use Colorbond Ultra. The roof sheets, the profile probably be a custom or profile. In the cafe, I think we'll look at having some double brick, because in the student accommodation here I'm going to look at using precast sandwich panels with insulation in them. Also potentially have a few brick features on the outside amongst the windows there to sort of separate the rooms, and I think that'll contrast nicely whilst looking similar to the cafe, having elements of it in the student accommodation there. As far as energy efficient designs go, we'll be using a lot of electricity in the student accommodation, so we'll look at installing some photovoltaic modules, so some solar panels. We've got plenty of roof space here that we can utilise, and looking at putting back into the grid there with those. So that's my presentation for Assessment 4C. I look forward to hearing your feedback. Thank you.